Macros, Mindset, and Muscles.
I'm Coach James.
And I'm Coach Brittany.
We're here to give you the truth about health and fitness.
No gimmicks, no bullshit, just facts. What's up, Phoenix fam?
What's up?
All right, we're back for another awesome episode.
Yes, we are.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because it'd be kind of awkward if I was doing this by myself.
It would be awkward without the leader.
Yeah, without the leader. Okay, on that note.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Leader, what's new?
What's new? I don't know. Topic-wise, or
no?
What's new in our life?
What's new?
What's new? Weather's nice.
Oh my gosh, that's not new.
Um,
Okay, what's new? Awesome. All right, I'll take this. I'm glad you asked, Mr. Leader. I'll take over this one. I know you have a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
All right, Phoenix Transformations is working on some awesome stuff. We have an on-demand subscription coming soon. Phoenix On Demand, aka Pod. We are going to be offering workouts and programs at your fingertips. So there will be a variety of programs to choose from 2, 3, 4, 5-day programs with special equipment, with gym equipment, with body weight. There will be a workout for everybody, and there will be a variety of them that you can start and stop at any time.
I'm excited. You've been working really, really, really hard on this, and I've been trying to support you in that. And but no, this is great for someone getting started and maybe isn't ready to have a coach, or it's just not the time for them to have a coach, but they're lost and they don't know where to start and need something.
Yeah, like they want to go to the gym, but maybe they don't know what to do in the gym, or they just don't want to do their own program and they just want somebody else to do it for them without any type of accountability or support. You would get our app with this subscription. You'll be able to track your progress. Like you can upload photos for progress pictures. You can integrate MyFitnessPal, Chronometer for macro tracking, Apple Health, Fitbit, Garmin. There's other integrations coming soon, but those are what are available now.
Just a great tool.
It's a really great app. It's very user-friendly. We also will have a huge resource library available as our part of our all access subscription. And in the resource library, there will be hundreds of recipes, all with nutritional data on them. There will be like video topics, educational videos on various topics,
ebooks,
worksheets. We're building it all out, but it's a huge resource. We're also going to be offering group coaching. So we have some things coming. We'll make more announcements as these get closer, but the on-demand subscription should be live in a couple weeks. I'll have a date soon that I'll announce on social media. But that's what's new with Phoenix.
Big changes coming.
Yeah.
Big announcement.
It's really awesome. And we're excited to be able to guide more people that maybe just don't need that extra support or accountability, or maybe they just don't even know if they want that yet.
Yeah, but they're ready. They want to do something.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now that we've discussed what's new, we got an awesome topic for you today. We always say that. It's always an awesome topic.
This is a good topic, though.
But it is a good one because it's so real.
We're about to get real up in
here. And you might get offended.
Oh. I'm offended.
No, you really might get offended.
You might get offended. I might get offended.
If this hits you, you might be offended. So we're going to hop right into it. And we're going to talk about how you have commitment issues. This is specific to your journey, but it's not really specific to your journey because this can carry over in all aspects of life. Most people, I won't say most people. So many people will hop from one thing to the next before ever even knowing what works and what doesn't. They want the shiny new toy. They get into one program and maybe they get frustrated because after a week they don't see progress, or they feel like they should have dropped 5 pounds and they didn't see that.
This is really common when someone comes to us sometimes and like, what have you done before? And they're like, oh, well, I've done zero low carb, then keto, then I did this,
I
and
did
then I
Weight
went carnivore, and
Watchers
then I
and
did
Octavia and
yeah,
P90X and
I did 75 hard, and then but I only did half of it, and like before they give anything a time to see what the actual effects would be, that they just hop to the new thing, thinking that this new thing is going to give them a different result.
And a lot of times, when they're starting these other programs, they start them with the wrong intentions. Like there are some programs out there, like if your goal is fat loss, the program that you choose, like should be aimed for fat loss. There are things like intuitive eating that are not fat loss protocols. Like they're about
Right.
healing your relationship with food and listening to your body's like true cues and things like that. But a lot of people get into these things and they're like, oh, I'm doing intuitive eating to lose weight. Well, intuitive eating, like the founders of intuitive eating, like the program intuitive eating, it was not intended for fat loss. So, being aware of the program that you're getting into and what it's actually for, you get into things like 75 hard. And, a lot of people do that because they're like, oh, I'm going to lose a lot of weight doing this because I'm going to work out twice a day.
I get to post on social media all the time, day this,
Yeah,
the
day
75
of
hard.
whatever, 75 hard. But 75 hard isn't about weight loss. It's about mental
Nope.
toughness. It's about discipline and learning to,
Stick
build,
with something.
yeah.
That's why it says if you don't accomplish what you're supposed to do every single day, then you're supposed to start over. And it's geared to get you into that mentality of doing things when it's not comfortable.
Yeah. Getting shit done.
Get shit done. And I think it's a great idea for some people. Like it definitely has a purpose. It could help.
I think that some of the principles are really good, like um I hate the whole working out twice a day thing because of recovery, but again, this isn't about like optimal. This is just about building like mental toughness. But, like reading from a book, like a self-development book. I love that because I feel like if more people read like books that would make them better or maybe, like just help them in everyday life. Like
What about those other type of books, those smut books?
those are
The
those are for,
romance.
those are for entertainment.
Anyway, new subject. Let's get back to the task.
It's a good thing, and following a like a nutrition plan, if you're following a plan that focuses on eating nutrient dense food, like that's not a bad habit to have. Going outside daily,
That's a good habit to
that's a
have.
good habit to have. Maybe you go for a walk daily, like that's a good habit to have.
Get you some fresh air, some sunshine on you.
So, there's good principles with it, but
When
that's not
when you're so sedentary, like I mean, not only is your movement down, but like you're not exposed to anything like this daylight, sunlight.
yeah. And, we got all into this rant about 75 hard and other things, but
Oh yeah,
really that's not what this is about. We're really just here to talk about how your commitment issues are holding you back.
right.
If you gave up on everything when it got hard, like you'd never get anywhere in life. I mean, think about like your job, right? Your job. Okay, you have to work hard to get to this position or whatever. If it got hard and you had this shiny new opportunity and it was just shiny, like you didn't really know anything about it, just like the cover. You're looking at the cover of it. It looks like this great opportunity. You go over and then bam, that's really hard. Like are you just going to keep jumping from one thing to the next until what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think people tend to have commitment issues when it comes to something for themselves. I mean, a lot of people go to their job every single day, even when they don't feel good, so they can get a check and pay their bills and all those things. But when it comes to doing something that'll improve like their life or their health, they're just like, maybe not.
But you see what I'm saying? Like how people, like I was talking about
Like
the
they're
job,
very selective. Like
like a job, you wouldn't just quit because it got hard. Like
right,
you would
no,
push
you gotta keep
through.
going.
You would want to earn, like if there's opportunities for advancement, like you would want to earn that advancement. But
Right.
you can't earn that advancement if you leave your job every time it gets hard.
Yeah, you're not going
know?
to progress in the company if you keep changing companies.
In your fitness journey, your weight loss journey, whatever, it's the same thing. Like if you're on this program and you're like, okay, I am going to make sure I'm eating enough protein. I'm going to count my macros. I'm going to do this, whatever you're doing. And you do that, and then after a week or two, you're like, I'm done. Like you're never going to get to that advancement to your results because you keep quitting before it ever has a chance to work.
In different stages of fitness journey, like a growing season, as soon as it gets uncomfortable, and maybe, I mean, sometimes it can be uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable.
Eating to, more than you would like, and to grow muscle, yes, you are going to get uncomfortable. And if you just quit as soon as you start feeling uncomfortable, and then you go back to a calorie deficit and then cut back down, and then you want to know why maybe you didn't gain any muscle. Well, it's because you didn't stick with it.
Yeah.
That's why you see people hop from like, oh, mini bulk, mini cut, mini bulk, mini cut, mini cut.
Yeah, because they want the muscle that comes with like bulking, but they also don't want to bulk long enough to see the results. So it's like, oh, mini bulk, and they're just going to do it in these tiny little phases. And, over time, like it would work to an extent.
Yeah, but it's none of this process is easy. Leaning down is not easy. Getting stronger is not easy. Putting on size is not easy, but they all require consistency.
Yeah. And with, your programs too, a lot of people pick programs that they can't do, that they can't stick to. And that's why they keep quitting too. And when you're picking a program, like it should be something that you can stick to. It should be something that you can incorporate for more than a few weeks at a time. If you're miserable in the first couple of weeks, then you're probably not gonna make it.
It's like the biting off more than you can chew.
Exactly.
Like, yes, I want these results, and I'm going to take on this program. It's 5 days. It's intense. But really, in their busy life, they don't have a place for a very intense 5-day training program regimen.
Which makes it impossible.
Makes it impossible. So they're 1 week they miss 1 day, and next week they miss 2 days, and then they miss a week or whatever. And
you have to have like a plan when you come into this.
You gotta have some humility and like just honesty. Like, hey,
it's okay if you can't work out 6 days a week.
Yeah,
it's okay.
No one is going to think less of you. Like, this is like playing fitness. There's no judgment going on in here.
There's people have this like perception of what their routine should look like, and if they're doing anything less, then they're not doing enough.
Yeah.
It's always more, but
more is not better.
More accumulates, and it's not always better.
Yeah, it's just more. Just more.
What's better is doing what you can stick to over time, because it takes time to get results, and it takes time to change your lifestyle. You didn't get to where you are overnight or in a week or even in a month. Like, we're talking about years of poor eating habits and daily habits. Like, we're talking about years of accumulation of this.
And a lot of people slowly become more sedentary. Like, you slowly became sedentary. You're not going to go from, not much movement during your daily to 15,000 steps and an hour worth of cardio and all this stuff. Like, you can't go. This isn't a game of extremes.
Yeah. This is the long game.
This is the long game. You gradually increase, gradually.
And again, like, you want to do something that you can actually stick to, at the peak of your fat loss journey, like maybe you are working out 5 days a week and you're taking 12,000 steps a day, but that might not be sustainable for you long term. So you have to understand that there's going to come a point when you have to back off a little bit, and you have to know when to like make these adjustments. I don't even know where I was going with that, but
well, when you do these extremes and you take extreme measures to get to a certain level, to stay at that level, you have to be able to maintain those extremes. Exactly. I mean, so if you do 2 hours of cardio every single day for you to get to your goal, if you want to stay there, you're going to have to continue doing that much cardio every day for the rest of your life.
To maintain. Especially with cardio, because cardio, like, your body adapts to it. And like, when you do cardio and you continue to do cardio, your body gets efficient at doing cardio. So if you do an hour of cardio every day, and maybe at first you're burning, 600 calories, eventually your body's going to get really good at that. And you might only burn 300 calories doing it. And I say burned calories. This is like a loose thing, because there's no real way to tell the calories that
Yeah.
you burn. But if you're, if at your best, like when you first start cardio, you burn X amount. And then once your body adapts and it gets more efficient at cardio, and it's like, oh, we're really good at this. We don't have to use as much energy to do the same amount of work.
Right. I mean, the body's smart. If it senses that this is the new normal, then we're going to start functioning at a better rate for doing that. And that's in everything.
True.
Period.
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 So in a nutshell, like your commitment issues with these plans, plan hopping from one thing to the next or one diet to the next, like just
One coach to the next.
yeah, when it comes to results, like the process is the same, honestly. Like whether it's me coaching it or you coaching it or somebody else, like to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. You need to do it in a sustainable way so that you don't have a rebound, like an extreme rebound. If you're trying to put on muscle, calorie surplus. Now, how each person presents, their process is different.
Yeah, there's different strategies and
but it all comes back to the same root
principle.
Yeah.
But you had to stick with something, like jumping from one thing to the next. You can't ride two horses, one ass, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's the right analogy.
I have no
I
idea.
love that. I love that though. Like I love that analogy, and I've just been waiting to say it, even though I said it at the wrong time. But you can't. How do you know that one wasn't going to work?
Because you didn't give it enough time.
You gave it a little bit of time, and you half-assed it. Just being honest, like if somebody's putting their all into it, they're going to possibly see results and want to or see progress and stick with it. And when somebody half-asses it, they're not getting the results they want, so they're like, "Oh, this ain't working. Bye." Next thing you know, it's got to be this supplement or this other coach or this program or this modality or something.
Or whatever your friend's doing that lost a bunch of weight. That's a big thing. Like, oh, my friend, she lost 50 pounds doing keto, or she lost 50 pounds on, Ozempic or whatever.
I was doing this, but now I'm going to do this.
You're hopping from one thing to another because it's like this shiny new thing.
Yeah.
And that's not how you get progress. You can't compare what your friend did to you because you're not the same person. Your bodies are not the same. You don't have the same, physiological stuff going on. Like if you have medical conditions or maybe your metabolism has, down-regulated because you've been dieting most of your life, and maybe your friend hadn't been dieting most of their life.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people are jumping over to these, I'm not going to give the name of it, but these diet shots.
I just said it.
Well, I didn't say it. You're the one getting sued, not me. I'm just kidding. We're not going to get sued. But you're comparing your results from that to somebody that's, now their digestive system's compromised and it's not even breaking down food
or maybe they're sick
processing
and they feel miserable all the time.
And their long-term effects of that, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go into stretch out on that, but I wouldn't advise it. Yeah. Personally.
It's really between like you and your doctor and like your legit doctor, like a weight loss doctor. If you go to a weight loss clinic, like obviously the goal is going to be to have you lose weight.
Yeah, they're going to suggest anything that will make you lose weight. That's their only goal, not longevity or your quality of life.
I would say that probably there are some clinics that actually care and might enforce like lifestyle changes, but I don't know where those clinics are.
Yeah.
I know that some medical professionals do, advise lifestyle changes in a healthy, sustainable way. But I also know there's a lot of medical professionals that just don't have nutritional training because it's not their job. Their job is to prescribe medications to manage like diseases and illnesses, things like that, and they're like to diagnose.
Right.
But when it comes to like lifestyle changes, it's just not like they're not giving out the best information.
I agree with that.
It sucks because, we trust our doctors and, we think our doctors know everything that, that can help us. but that's not always the case. In my personal experience, I find more doctors don't know than those that who do.
Oh yeah, they're very quick to prescribe something that could be solved with dietary changes,
Or daily habits.
daily habits.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone through it with skin rashes and things like that. Turns out migraines suffered my entire life on all kinds of medication for it, neurologist, everything. Changed my diet up, no more migraines. It was crazy.
So basically what we're saying is just
What
we go
are
off on these tangents.
we're just like
Stop,
talking to you, really.
stop going for the next best thing. Don't be afraid of the work, because no matter what you do, you're not going to get the results you want without work.
That's 100% true.
Even if you get on Ozempic, if you go to keto, no matter what, like the way that these things work is they help you get into a calorie deficit. Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, they're appetite suppressants. So they slow gastric emptying. Your food sits in your digestive system a little bit longer. Therefore, you don't get as hungry as often. You get keto, you create a deficit by, eliminating carbs, and you still have to be in a deficit for fat loss to occur. If you're over consuming, protein and fat, like you still will gain weight. If you're doing any other type of fad, like these things work because of the calorie deficit. It all comes down to nutrition and how you're feeling your body, what you're taking in and what you're burning. So if you're trying to lose and you're not getting enough daily movement, I'm not talking about going and beating yourself up in the gym for an hour, because that's only, about 5% of your daily calorie expenditure. Everything else that you do is responsible for most of your calorie burn. So if you're sitting most of the day, that makes up a big chunk of your calorie burn. But if you get up and you move every hour, whatever, like if you move more during the day, you do more housework, you do more yard work, just daily movement type stuff, like that's going to help you because you're being more active.
I concur.
That's
Doctor, I concur.
That's all you got.
I mean, you just summed all about fat loss up right there.
I know, I did.
I mean, you went down like
We went down so many.
You went down
tangents.
all the mechanisms from the shots and keto, and you're not seeing results because you're not consistent.
Yep. And you're trying to switch from one thing to another to another. If you want something to work, you gotta put in the work. Nothing is easy. Your relationships in life aren't easy. Your friendships aren't easy. You have to work to keep up with these things, and you can't just be like, you know what? You're being really difficult today. I'm done with you. And like literally walk away, because it's a hard
Were
day.
you like you're legit speaking to me right
I was using you as an example.
Oh, just as an example.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was like, bro, what did I just do to you?
No.
I've been sitting here.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like if it got hard, like every day that it got hard, I was like, okay, I'm done.
You know what? Every day. What if every day it got hard? I was like, I'm gone. How about that?
Well,
You're gone.
However,
bye. As an example.
However it looks, however way it plays out. I'm just saying, if you gave up on everything when it got hard, like what the fuck would you get done?
Nothing. You would just be in a constant state of not getting shit done.
Yeah, it would be like it's like starting all these projects and never finishing. Which, if you do that, I don't know what to say. But
yeah, we have no advice on that one.
No advice for that. Focus.
Focus.
So I always have like 25 projects open at any time.
We've got a tablet going, a laptop going, the TV.
But I always finish my projects. So
eventually,
yeah. It usually takes me a little longer because I have so many windows open at once.
But yes, if you commit to something and actually put the effort in, your whole effort into it, chances are you'll be successful. That's the big secret to this whole thing. Is if you'll commit to it and do the things consistently, you'll get the results that you're looking for.
Long haul.
For the long haul. Not just today. Do these things. Don't quit.
Forever.
I mean, you didn't have to say that right just now. You can wait till the end.
Say it. Forever. That's another thing is like you quit or you're not looking at this as a permanent thing. You're like, oh, I need to lose 20 pounds. And you like go really hard.
That's right.
A temporary thing when you need to focus on changing the lifestyle. So that way you don't gain that 20 pounds back and come back into this thing again.
Yeah, because you can lose weight by just stop eating altogether. But eventually, you got to stop doing that. Like eventually, you're going to have to eat. Or like, it's just over. Game over. But
yeah, it has to be for the long haul.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
If you're making changes and you're looking at it as a temporary solution because you need to lose weight, barring like athletes who need to like drop for a weight class or something, you know,
that's different. That's a temporary, strategic.
It is. But for a lifestyle client, if you are just a normal person, not an athlete, and you are trying to lose weight and you're looking at it as a short-term solution so that you can drop weight by X date or for this purpose, you're looking at it wrong. You need to think, how can I make these changes in a way so I never have to lose weight again?
Yeah. I think a lot of people get that confused when like they see competitors and athletes and they're like, you know, I want to look like that. Now the chances are you might be able to get that lean. But this person has done all these crazy things just to look like that for that morning.
Yeah.
Just that morning. They have no intention to stay that way because they know they can't. Like it's impossible. Even with all the drugs, all those things, like you can't stay there. You will deteriorate. I mean,
most people will. Yes.
Being in that big of a calorie deficit, even on all the steroids in the world, eventually you're going to go backwards. So they do all that. They don't even look like that all the time.
So basically, it's just not a sustainable thing.
You're chasing this thing that you can never have on a consistent everyday basis
because it requires too many extremes. It's not a permanent change.
Yeah,
it's something that you're doing short term for a goal, and it results in rebounds.
Yeah, and these people are getting blood work done left and right because they're right on that cusp of my body wants to shut down because
your body processes, yeah, hormones,
everything's jacked
immune
up.
system, things like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. You know what? Commit.
Yep. Stay committed.
Stay committed.
Do yourself a favor. Commit to the process. Commit to the change. Make changes. Be healthier for you.
Don't half-ass it.
Ones. You know, go be active with them. It's a permanent change. You got to look at the big picture here.
Yeah. Do you want to just lose a few pounds or do you actually want a permanent change?
Exactly. Do you want to make a change that you can keep? Or, you know, maybe in the event that you do put back on a few pounds, then you know what to do. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a crazy thing because you're like, okay, I know like I'm a few pounds heavier. I know if I just tighten things back up, you know, I focus on my daily habits again, because it's not uncommon to like have life get in the way and maybe you kind of like just slide off just a little bit, but being able to redirect yourself and like, okay, I need to focus on these daily habits again. And
tighten up.
You're right back in it.
Just tighten up.
Oh, well, we hope this was a helpful episode for y'all.
We went on like 15 different tangents.
I know. In a nutshell. Commit. Do yourself a favor. Do it. You'll be better for it. You'll have better results. And you won't get as frustrated trying to hop from one thing to another.
And if you need help, reach out to us.
All right. Yeah, we're done.
We're done. Phoenix app changes coming up.
Yep. All right.
Let you know.
Until next time.
She's Brittany.
And he's James.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Macros, Mindset, and Muscles. Until next time.
I'm James.
I'm Brittany. We're out.